Alright, I'm going to talk about hair loss in this video because a lot of people out there struggle with it, and I decided that I'm going to just make it real easy for you guys to overcome this challenge. So there's a few things that you want to keep in mind. First is that you want to keep a good balance of omega-3 to omega-6 fats to control inflammation. That means cutting back the vegetable oils, refined vegetable oils, because they're really high in omega-6 and they're rancid. So you want to avoid the vegetable oils, and you want to start consuming more omega-3. You can get omega-3 fats from eating fish, hemp seeds, flax seeds, vegetables, and animal products. If those animals were consuming grass, it will supply your body with omega-3. And this is an excellent way to get omega-3 fats and to balance out that omega-3 to 6 ratio. The next thing you want to consider is that when you are losing hair, it's most likely because of male pattern baldness, which is a result of dihydrotestosterone. At least that's one factor in hair loss that they believe is behind the reason why people lose their hair. So an easy way to control that is from keeping your testosterone converting too much into DHT or dihydrotestosterone, and you can do this by taking an herb called saw palmetto extract, 320 milligrams, make it supercritical CO2 extract. Jarrow Formulas, Gaia Herbs, those are two good brands, and also Doctor's Best is another good brand. And by taking this, it will basically inhibit the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which is responsible for converting your testosterone into DHT. So if you can lower that and actually get a good balance, it's not going to totally eliminate DHT, but what it will do is that it will help to lower it somewhat so that DHT doesn't continue to attack the hair follicles and shrink them more and more and more until you're eventually left with a bald spot on top of your head. So saw palmetto is an excellent strategy to deal with that part of hair loss, as well as taking nettle root and wild oats. Extracts of those are also very good. And the other thing is that you want to make sure that you keep your scalp really clean so that it encourages growth, because that's sebum, the DHT, can basically clog the hair follicles on top of the head. So that's why it's a good idea to make sure you wash or shampoo your hair at least every day with a good herbal-based shampoo. Stay away from all the chemicals and all that stuff. You can get a good herbal shampoo out there, or just make sure it has like different essential oils, saw palmetto. There's some good ones out there. And just make sure you keep your scalp really squeaky clean while you're doing all these other strategies. And on top of all that, you want to try to include, good quality whole foods into your diet. We really need the raw animal fat, raw proteins, because your hair is mostly made up of protein. So if you're on a protein deficient diet, your hair may not grow as fast. It might, just completely stop growing in. So you want to make sure, you're getting all these good raw materials for good, healthy growing hair. Also, green smoothies are an excellent way to get a lot of vegetables in, raw vegetables into your diet. And GLA, which is found in borage oil, evening primrose oil, or black currant, those are all really great. Also at inhibiting this 5-alpha reductase and also controlling inflammation, because inflammation is obviously has a part in hair loss. And sometimes acne and hair loss go hand in hand, and you kind of have to address them both at the root cause. Now, will this, regrow hairlines? Probably not, but what it will do is it will definitely slow down the process that you are losing your hair, and in some cases you may never go bald, and in other cases you might grow a lot thicker hair that you do have. So I mean, the possibilities are definitely out there, and of course this information just applies to people that are concerned about their hair. You know, if it's a big deal to them, just know that you can do things, and you don't just have to, you know, shave your hair off or whatever. You can make your own decisions in life, and you don't have to do what everybody else does. And you know, regardless of what people say or think about you, what really matters is what you think about yourself. So, I guess I covered it all. And the other thing too that I would recommend is taking MSM, because that really does help your hair and nails to grow faster. So, and a lot of people are lacking in sulfur, especially if they aren't eating a lot of raw foods. Because it's usually the sulfur, or usually you get sulfur from eating a lot of raw foods, and it depends too on where those foods were grown. So, hopefully this has given you guys some strategies. These are things that I do. I eat raw eggs. I try to do raw meat once in a while. But I don't like completely eat it raw. I just kind of braise it on the outside a little bit. And of course I drink my raw dairy. I take my cod liver oil. So I'm getting a lot of these good high quality foods into my diet, and it does make a difference. So basically just implement these strategies that I've talked about, and that's really all you can do right now until, you know, in the future perhaps they will discover some cure or whatever. But until then, go the natural route and try to deal with this.